Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video we got a couple of really interesting bodybuilding updates. And the first thing we got for today, guys, is an update from Tonio Burton at 1 day out of the Legion Sports Fest, guys. Yeah, that's right, he's doing the Legion Sports Fest, and this was pretty much public since basically before the New York Pro. Justin Jacoby, his coach, spoke about this on the podcast I was on, so I knew that because Tonio he actually is from Reno. So he's doing this show pretty much every year, not because he wants to, I don't know, prove anything or for the accolades, but really it's his home show, and it's probably a lot of people who know him and his family and friends are gonna be there and be able to see him on stage. Also, he can win another 20K, and it's gonna be an easy win because as far as I know, nobody big is actually doing this show, nobody at this level. And this right here is what Tonio looks like right now. I don't know if this video is from today. I think it's probably from a couple of days ago at least, but he's spot on, man. He's conditioned, he's full, he's dry, and he got his show easy in the bag. This guy is like potentially a top 7, top 6, maybe even Mr. Olympia competitor. So yeah, he's gonna wipe the floor with everybody at this show. So easy win. Now you guys probably know that I am personally not exactly a huge fan of Tonio's physique. I can see how good that physique is, but I just don't love it for some reason. I don't know if it's the height or maybe the lack of details and quality in certain body parts. I'm not even gonna say that he's using Synthol, not this time, but you know, when I see these shoulders popping out like this, it just kind of throws me off a little bit. Again, it could be just, you know, genetically he has those kind of shoulders, but I don't know. Again, I'm talking about it. I can't help myself. I mean, a lot of people love his physique. They love the roundness, the bubbliness, and the shape, and, you know, the small waist. He does have a lot of strong points. And again, right here, right now, he looks phenomenal. At a Pittsburgh Pro, I mean, he lost to Krijo, but man, like, you know, maybe they gave it to Krijo because Tony already won the New York Pro. If this was only one show and that's it, these guys are not going to compete again, and this is the only chance that one of them can qualify, maybe Tony would win it. I definitely did not have it that way. Personally, I definitely have Krijo, but I can see that it was extremely close. That's the whole point I'm trying to make. It was very close, although I am personally a much bigger fan of Krijo's physique compared to Tonio's. But I can see that Tonio is on that level right now, especially that back double bicep, man. That's Phil Heath territory. That's Phil Heath territory, and the back lat spread. So Tonio's physique is absolutely amazing, and, you know, I am a fan. It's not like I'm not a fan, but not one of my favorite physiques. Simply, again, because of the structure and the shape of certain body parts. Those things throw me off, you know, not having a good height and not having details and quality in the muscle. That's just my preference. I'm not saying that the judging is done that way. It's obviously not, but that's how I see it, guys, and that's all I'm saying here. You can disagree with me or agree. That's totally up to you. Again, he's doing the Legion Sports Fest, and he's winning that one very easily. The next physique update we got today, guys, is another one from Nick Walker with a very interesting caption here. He says, "Straight out of bed, just cruising right along." And you know what this means. I'm sure you do. If you're a bodybuilding fan, you know what cruising means. She's not saying that he's, you know, just cruising through life or whatever. She's taking a cruise dose of steroids, of PEDs. What exactly could that dose be? I think it's surprisingly high. You know, I don't think his cruise is 250 test. Hell no. I mean, it could be even over a gram, to be honest, of total gear. So I don't know, man. I'm just speculating here, but Nick doesn't strike me as the type that goes all the way down to 250 or even 500, maybe 750 minimum, but more like upwards towards a point of 1 gram. So that's the way I see it. That's how I feel about this. Now, recently, I didn't screenshot that story, but somebody asked him, what is Derek? What he thinks about what Derek is saying about him, competing or not competing, and he said it. He said something like, "When a mutant decides to compete, he's gonna compete," something like that. And he had a smirk on his face, so it does really feel like he might actually be competing this year at the Texas and the Tampa. That's what the rumor has right now. And I think that's probably very accurate because, guys, personally, I cannot imagine Nick basically losing the opportunity to perform at a bigger stage in bodybuilding. What the hell happens to this guy's career if he skips another Mr. Olympia? He already skipped 2 Mr. Olympias, and last year he came completely off. It would be better that he skipped last year as well, to be honest, how bad he looked. So, I mean, his whole career is going to basically be about him winning the Arnold, winning the New York quite a few times, like 4 times now, and, placing second at the Arnold and really not doing much at the Mr. Olympia. So, I think all this guy wants is to be a successful competitor, bodybuilder, open bodybuilder. And can you say that somebody was a successful open bodybuilder if they barely even competed at the biggest stage in the world? And how many more years does Nick Walker have, Because, yeah, he's young, sure. But is he bodybuilding young? Is he young in bodybuilding years? It's not the same to start bodybuilding at like 27, take gear for the first time at 29, earn a pro card at 32, and compete until you're 40, compared to competing when you're 15, earning a pro card at 22, 23, and basically starting your pro career at 24, 25, which is something like what happened with Nick Walker. So, and also he's known for really pushing certain things, especially the PDs and training and food, everything, really. So I think his expiration date is sooner than you might expect. And I don't know if he's aware of it, but I'm thinking he probably is. So I don't think he has that many years to perform at his absolute best. In my opinion, maybe 4 years max, 4 or 5 years. Personally, I would be super surprised if we saw Nick competing at like 40 very successfully. I think maybe 35 is the limit for him. That's 4 more years. So if he skips this Mr. Olympia, how many more chances will he even have to compete at the biggest stage? So I definitely don't see him skipping this one since he can qualify easily by winning one of those shows. Nobody can stand next to him. No. As long as he's on, there is only like 3 guys, maybe, that can beat him at their best. And that's Samson Andrew, okay, Hadi as well, but he already beat Hadi, but let's say Hadi wasn't his best. So really there are 4 guys that can beat Nick Walker if they're all at their best. Samson Andrew, Derek, and Hadi. At the Texas and the Tampa Pro, those guys are not in, so it's going to be basically an easy win. And then at the Mr. Olympia, he can do some serious damage. He can potentially even win if he is not too lazy with the posing, if he learns how to do a vacuum or keep that midsection tight the whole time. But he probably isn't that hardworking, so we'll probably never see that. But the possibility exists if he qualifies. So in my opinion, I think he's going to do it. Whatever you guys think about that, tell me down below in the comments. The next update we got today, guys, is an update from Behrouz Tabani, Milos Sarcev's client. Currently 3 weeks out of his show. I believe he's doing Spain. So, Empro Cup Spain. And yeah, he's looking great. He's looking almost ready. I can't see his legs, but the upper body looks pretty freaking plastic, right? Rock hard as usual. The fullness is there. Everything looks good. Conditioning is coming along. Do I see any improvements from last year, though? In this video, I don't see any. I don't see anything new. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe on the stage, it's going to be different. Maybe he's just flat. And we'll actually see what he looks like once he's in shape, once he's peaked, full and dehydrated and shredded. But at this point right here, he does look great. But as he looked like he grew a ton of size and improved a lot, no. I think he just took some rest and now he's coming back to bring what he brought last year. Is that going to be enough to win the Emperor Cup Spain? Well, probably. I mean, who can stop him? Who else is doing that show? I think maybe Emir Omeragic, but other than that, I don't think we have too many top guys doing that show. So I think it's Behrouz's show to lose, and he does look absolutely nuts at this point. Oh yeah, we also have a couple of photos from Neckzilla, who apparently started his prep. There is this photo with some other guy and his coach, Francisco Aspin. And at one point, it seemed like Rubio, Mosquera, and Neckzilla lost a lot of size. He seemed seriously downsized, and I was worried that his career, his competitive career, might just be over, that his plan is to become the influencer. He embraced his nickname, Neckzilla. That's his IG handle now. And I don't know if that's really the case, but from what I'm seeing right here, it's probably not, man. It's probably not, because it looks like he's competing, he's prepping, and he does look absolutely insane. Now, I personally, guys, I feel like this guy is not taking bodybuilding seriously. I think he's too lazy to do this as a true professional. And I don't think he's willing to suffer that much. Also, obviously, you can see it even right here in the off-season, he does have an issue with the details in his quads. And I don't think this is just water or fat or anything like that. It's just, I think, probably too thick muscle that the separation gets swallowed, basically. It's all just a big blur. But when he gets conditioned, he gets lean. He doesn't have the deepest striations, but it does look impressive. And with his size, it's just crazy. And the amount of size this guy is packing overall is ludicrous, man. It's crazy. Now, I don't know what his plans are, what he plans on doing competition-wise, but he won 2 shows last year. I mean, that size can definitely go a long way. He doesn't even need to be super peeled to be winning shows, but if he wants to do a serious damage to the Mr. Olympia, yes, his size can definitely help a lot in that. He will never have great structure, but with his size and good conditioning, anything is possible. I think he should really try and bring it for once in his career, but maybe not. Maybe not. He usually fails completely, really terribly at doing that, especially for the Mr. Olympia. The other shows, he brought some pretty solid conditioning a few times, but for this one, for the Mr. Olympia, he's always terribly, terribly off. He looks like he didn't even prep for the show, so I don't know what his current plan is. Does he plan on doing a show this year and qualifying for the Mr. Olympia 2026 or for 2027? I have no idea, but right here, he looks like he brought a lot of size back, and he does look pretty freaking damn impressive. What do you guys think? Tell me down below. All right, and the last news, or the update we got for today, guys, is one from Sam Sulek. And it was posted by the Beyond the Stage TV Instagram page. I did not catch this. I have no idea how is this guy even catching this, all these things. He probably has an army of people DMing him about everything that's interesting that happens in all the podcasts. But here the page says, right decision to end bulking season after 4 weeks. Sam Sulek, who has confirmed he has stopped his pursuit to hit 260 by August after yesterday announced he has ended his bulking phase after only 4 weeks and wants to focus on staying lean while progressing by maintaining cardio and a diet that allows him to get a little lighter than where he's at the moment. And the page here is asking, is this the right decision? Well, in my humble opinion, guys, he's a classic competitor, and he's already basically almost at the weight cap. He has maybe like 4 or 5 pounds, so he doesn't need to do crazy bulks. And honestly, I don't think you really need to bulk that hard to make progress. I mean, you need to eat a lot, you need to see the scale moving, but I don't think you need to get fat. That's just how I see it. You can get watery, And yeah, sure, there are some guys who are gonna get fat very easily, and if you're that kind of a person, you shouldn't, be on like 200 grams of carbs a whole year. That's also terrible for you. If you can't help it and you're getting fat at like 400 grams of carbs, just get a little fat. But to force it, to really push the food, push the calories, just to get chubby, just to get fat, to gain size. I don't know, man. I think that's a beginner's approach. I've done it. Everybody else pretty much has done it. It's probably not necessary. Yes, again, the scale needs to be moving. And yes, you have to be a water balloon, basically, in most cases. But to gain fat, not needed. And that's kind of what Sam was doing before. It worked for sure. And it's going to work for anybody else, of course. But is it the best approach, the optimal approach? For me personally, it's not. So I think this is definitely a good decision for him. He's going to maintain his instant sensitivity. And again, he doesn't have a lot of size to add. So it's better to add it slowly in the right places. The tissue he adds to actually stay there, to look like quality tissue, so he doesn't burn it off when dieting down. I think this is definitely the right move for him. But if you guys feel otherwise, you can tell me down below in the comments. And if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. See you soon, guys. All the best and bye-bye.